My four, it would be easy. Probably Michael Jordan, Larry Bird. That's easy. Just take them two. Probably Dr. J. And then I'll take, Kareem and Bill Russell. It's over. It's over. Just give us the championship right now.
Magic Johnson isn't just one of the greatest basketball players of all time. He's also one of the most passionate students of the game. Throughout his career, he admired the legends who came before him and shared the court with teammates who elevated basketball to new heights. Let's dive into Magic's most admired basketball legends, their unforgettable impact on the sport, and how their stories continue to thrive through the eyes of the ultimate showman himself, Dr. J, the unmatched influence of Julius Erving. Magic has often credited Julius Erving, famously known as Dr. J, as one of the biggest reasons he fell in love with basketball. Erving was the embodiment of style and athleticism, the ultimate showman of basketball. With his jaw-dropping dunks and acrobatic moves that felt larger than life, Dr. J forever changed how fans viewed the sport. Magic often describes him as someone who didn't just play the game, he elevated it. He was poetry in motion, Magic once said in an interview. Watching him was like watching art come alive. He made the game beautiful, and he made me want to play with that same passion. Dr. J's greatness wasn't limited to his flashy moments. He was a complete player who revolutionized the role of forwards. Erving combined leadership and charisma in a way that inspired not just fans but also his opponents, including Magic himself. For Magic, Erving represented a perfect balance of flair and substance, someone who could energize arenas while leading his team with calm confidence. He taught me that being impactful wasn't just about scoring. It was about how you carry yourself, how you bring out the best in your team. Graceful, yet deadly magic shared in admiration. What made Dr. J stand out even more was his ability to innovate. Through his creativity, he set the stage for future generations of players to push boundaries and bring their own style to basketball. Magic often reminisces about their moments on the court, saying Dr. J wasn't just an icon, he was a teacher, a man who showed us all how to elevate the game itself. Magic firmly believes that Julius Erving helped boost the NBA's global popularity by merging entertainment with excellence, making basketball a sport that thrives on excitement. For Magic, Dr. J was a legend, a man who changed the way the world viewed the sport. Larry Bird, rival, friend, and fellow great. Magic and Bird's rivalry defined an era and redefined what greatness looks like, but for Magic, Bird was much more than just an opponent. He was the smartest and most strategic player he ever faced. When fans think of Lakers versus Celtics battles, they picture two titans of basketball competing at the highest level. However, Magic's deep respect for Bird transcends wins and losses. Larry wasn't just playing basketball, he was playing chess while the rest of us were stuck on checkers, Magic famously said during an interview. His ability to see plays before they even happened. That's what made him so incredible. Magic recalls the iconic Lakers-Celtics matchups as intense, unforgettable clashes that had fans on the edge of their seats. But he also admits that Bird's brilliance constantly forced him to elevate his own game. Magic often credits some of his greatest career moments to Bird's relentless determination to outsmart and outperform him on the court. Every single time we faced off, I felt like I was learning something that made me better, Magic said. Larry taught me to play with my mind as much as my body, and that made me the player I am today. The rivalry was built on respect, an understanding that each player pushed the other to be their absolute best. Off the court, their friendship blossomed from mutual admiration for each other's work ethic and commitment. Magic described Bird as someone who was brilliant and fiercely competitive, but also humble and committed to team success. Larry wasn't flashy, but his consistency and dedication were unmatched, Magic said. He didn't just make basketball smarter, he made all of us better. Together, Magic and Bird didn't just compete. They created a blockbuster rivalry that harmonized basketball greatness, like two opposing forces perfecting the sport. For Magic, Larry Bird will always be one of the greatest competitors and most influential figures in basketball history. Michael Jordan, the pinnacle of competitive fire. When Magic Johnson talks about Michael Jordan, one thing always stands out: the sheer intensity of Jordan's competitive spirit. For Magic, MJ was an unstoppable force of nature, a phenomenon that dominated the league with razor-sharp focus and a relentless obsession with winning. Magic often jokes that Jordan wasn't human. "He wasn't built like us regular guys," Magic said with a laugh during an interview. Michael had this killer instinct. It didn't matter what the situation was, he'd find a way to destroy you. Facing MJ wasn't just another game, it was a mental and physical war. Magic remembers how Jordan's determination and perfectionist mindset influenced not only his own teammates, but also everyone who set foot on the court. Competing against Michael wasn't easy, Magic admitted in one interview. You knew that if he was on the other side, you had to give everything, because rest assured, he would. But Magic's admiration for Jordan doesn't stop at competition. What struck Magic equally was Jordan's leadership and patience, his ability to inspire those around him, even under extreme pressure. Whether it was his fluid movements on the court or his knack for stepping up in clutch moments, Jordan with style and intensity in ways that captivated Magic. Michael had this ability to not only lead, but to elevate everyone, turning a random night into greatness, Magic recalled. He made winning look like art. Magic believes Jordan's career serves as the perfect blueprint for demonstrating how talent and hard work can take you to unimaginable heights. "He's the reason players dream big," Magic said in admiration. "MJ showed us all what happens when obsession and effort marry on the court, and he delivered greatness every single time." Bill Russell, the definition of leadership. When Magic talks about leadership, Bill Russell's name always takes center stage. To Magic, Russell wasn't just a basketball player. He was the ultimate example of a winner and role model, someone who embodied championship culture both on and off the court. Magic often calls him the gold standard, not just for dominating the game, but for leading with integrity. Bill taught us all what greatness truly looks like, not just with numbers or highlight reels, but in how he rallied people together in crucial moments, Magic shared during an interview. Russell won an unmatched 11 championships in 13 seasons, a record that no one else has come close to touching. But it wasn't just the raw stats that fascinated Magic. It was the way Russell made winning seem effortless through teamwork and mental toughness. Russell was known for stepping up in the biggest moments, guiding his teammates to victory with grace under pressure. Bill didn't have to put up crazy scoring numbers to dominate a game. That's what made him so special, Magic explained during an interview. Russell also played basketball during a time of social unrest, yet he didn't shy away from using his platform for change. For Magic, that makes Russell even more of a hero. Whether it was fighting against racial injustice or standing up for his teammates, Russell blended his competitive spirit with his passion for uplifting communities. Magic once remarked, "It wasn't only basketball with Bill, it was about being courageous and making the world a better place." He inspired me to see basketball as something bigger than just a game. For all his rings and accomplishments, Russell's legacy transcends the sport. To Magic, Russell represents what it means to be a true champion, not just in basketball, but in life. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the skyhook legend. Magic shares an unbreakable bond with Kareem, his Lakers teammate and one of the most remarkable players in basketball history. To Magic, Kareem is the wise, unshakable mentor who guided the Lakers through some of their finest moments. Kareem was the calm in every storm, the smartest guy on the court, and someone who led quietly but powerfully, Magic described during a documentary. Kareem's signature move, the skyhook, is still considered one of the most unstoppable shots in basketball history. Magic often jokes about how impossible it was to defend. That skyhook was insane. It came from another planet. Magic laughed in an interview. Even today, coaches tell players to study it, but no one will ever do it as effortlessly as Kareem did. But Kareem's greatness went far beyond technical brilliance. He was deeply disciplined, professional to the core, and committed to playing the game the right way, not letting ego or flashiness take over. Magic learned a lot about patience and big picture thinking from him. Kareem always taught us to think long term. He showed us that to really win championships, you need to stay focused on the bigger picture even when things get tough, Magic reflected on an interview. Off the court, Kareem lived a quiet yet impactful life, advocating for social change and intellectual growth. For Magic, Kareem's personality and leadership style were just as inspiring as his dominance on the floor. Kareem never sought the spotlight and instead let his actions speak for themselves, whether that meant leading his teammates or standing up for his beliefs. He influenced us with grace, and we all looked up to him, not just for his game, but for the person he was, Magic said in a podcast. James Worthy, Magic's running mate. When Magic talks about James Worthy, his words are filled with pride and admiration for the player he calls his trusted running mate. Worthy was Magic's go-to guy in battle, a player who showed up when it mattered most. James is the guy you always wanted by your side, Magic once said. If there was ever a moment to count on someone, James was that guy. He had your back every time. Nicknamed Big Game James for his ability to perform under pressure, Worthy had a knack for delivering clutch performances. Whether it was finishing fast breaks or throwing down dunk after dunk, Worthy played with an ease and athleticism that made him unforgettable. Magic often reminisces about their chemistry on court, describing how they could anticipate each other's movements without saying a word. We didn't even need words sometimes. It was like magic on the floor. No pun intended, Magic chuckled during an interview. But beyond Worthy's athletic skills, Magic admired the humility and selflessness he brought to the team. Even as a key player, James never sought glory for himself. He cared deeply about the team's success. James always kept the focus on winning, not on himself, and that inspired all of us to play better, Magic said. His consistency to rise during playoff games made him one of the most reliable players Magic ever played alongside. Off the court, James was just as respected for his work ethic and strong character. To Magic, he wasn't just a teammate, he was a brother. James and I shared the dream of winning it all, time and time again, Magic said in an interview. Magic's appreciation for these players shines through in every moment he speaks about them. These 6 legends were transformative figures who pushed the boundaries of basketball. Today, as Magic reflects on their influence, it's clear that each of these players played a crucial role in shaping who he became, not just as a player, but as a leader and pioneer. Just as Magic was fueled by their brilliance, he now fuels the dreams of tomorrow's greats. So, who do you guys think Magic would pick first? Let us know in the comments section. Well, that's it for this one. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.